let's talk about that because when we first did an interview together, we didn't talk in depth about Just Blaze. How did you guys first meet, and what was the relationship like?
Justin, okay. It was a record pool called Ricketts Records out here in it was in North Jersey, in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. And this guy this is before I was ever doing anything with a record label and all that other kind of shit. I didn't know no better. So we're backing up. I'm still a kid. I'm 3 years in, right?
So what year you think?
93.
Okay.
Yeah, like 90, easy 93. And I got in the record pool because I was DJing at the Rink. And you had to play at a club in order to get to the Rink, right? I had to play at a club in order to get into the record pool. There was mostly all older people that were in there, like house DJs and people that were anti-rap and probably anti-black people. I'm being dead ass, bro. Like, this is just what it was. It was just uncomfortable. I'm the only one that's in there that's just like, yo, where's all the rap shit? I want it, right? And the record pool was, yeah, we got it. But whatever. But the house DJs, it was like this horrible bias, kind of like reminds me of today. People just bias for no fucking reason. Like, they just didn't want nothing to do with rap music. Like, I play house music or I play club music and no way. Keep that shit away from me. I'm like, all right, it's going to be the biggest shit under the sun. Watch what the fuck happens. And you're going to lose. But anyway, so I stuck to my guns and I did that. But I remember I would pay double dues, right? For records. It was $85 a month, right? And I used to pay $170 a month. It still was cheaper than going to the store, bro, to buy records. Each record was like $6 each, man.
Yeah.
And then we're talking getting like tons of shit. Get a stack like this month for the month.
Would you do like a Columbia House thing?
It was like, that's what a record pool is. It's like a Columbia House,
Okay.
but for actual directly related to the DJ, to the record labels and shit. I paid the double dues, and I remember that there was a record called Method Man by Method Man, but Wu-Tang. It wasn't by Method Man, but it was Method Man's song on the Wu-Tang Clan album.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was a remix to the Method Man album, a remix to that song, right? And I was lucky enough to get another copy of it because it was limited. They didn't give the whole pool it because they only serviced a certain amount of them because RCA was fucking cheap with certain shit.
All right.
There was a kid that I saw that was almost my age that was in there. So then I went up to him and I was like, hey, what do you do? And he was like, oh, he's like, yeah, my name is Just. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I said, I'm AP, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know, I said, where you from? And he told me Patterson and all this other shit. And I was like, all right, cool, man. And then he's seen, like, we just immediately started nerding out kind of on the records, like, you know what I mean? Like, and he was like, yeah. I said, where you DJ at? And he goes, oh, I DJ at Skaters World. And I said, oh, dope. I DJ at the Rink in Burgerfield. And he was like, word? Like, because it was a big deal. Like, Skaters World was like the hood version. Well, I mean, the Rink was hood as fuck, let's be honest. But it was like the Patterson version. They weren't what we was doing, but they were their own thing, right? But in the hood, that was their shit, bro. Like, it was a thing. Fucking mob. He was the popular DJ from his neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I was the one that was doing it for mine, for the most part. You know what I mean? Or at least I was trying to make myself like that. And I said, well, why don't you come to my shit and I can go to your shit? And he was like, cool. He was like, yo, we could do that. I mean,
like as a guest for each other.
Like, I'll guest at yours, you guest at mine. We'll fuck the world up. So you're probably dope. And he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. You know, he's like, yo. I said, how long you been DJing? And he told me like some larger number than I was. I'm like, damn, I first started younger. I mean, like, his family must be in it. Like, I don't know him, right? But then we was nerding out about the records, and he saw that I had the Method Man remix, and he didn't get it. And he was like, damn, I want that record. And I remember I gave him, I was like, yo, man, you can have mine. You can have one. I don't need it. I got it. I mean, but as long as I got the acapella on the other one, I could put it on my mixtape, I'm good. I gave it to him. So that's how that happened. That's what I remember. And then because of the gesture, I guess, it showed that I wasn't an enemy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and then Just and I started talking on the phone, and we became friends, I guess, so to speak. He was a little standoffish. I ain't even gonna front. I remember he came over to my house. We started playing in my attic, scratching on the turntables and stuff like that. I introduced him to my dad, my grandmother, and all that other shit. And we became cool. I was like, yeah, this is Justin. He's he's dope. He's DJ. He plays at Skaters World. We didn't know what it was, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. But I remember we were playing Live at Union Square by Jazzy Jeff, and Just was showing me how he could do the scratches for Dance to the Drummer's Beat off of that bitch, and I was like, oh, that motherfucker's nice, bro. Like he on some other shit. Just Crossfader game was at that time was fucking berserk. I'm just remember I taught myself how to DJ. I know how to cut, but I didn't. And I would cut real fast with my right hand, and just cut real fast with his left. So I'm looking over and over again, good catch. And I'm like, I was like, bro, I said we should have like a DJ crew or something. We should be like do a DJ crew thing. And he was like, yeah, well, I don't know, maybe. Like he wasn't really like, whatever. And then he says, look, he goes, I'm gonna bring you to Skaters World. Like I didn't bring him to the rink yet. He brought me to Skaters World first, I believe. And he was getting his rocks off on this shit. And he's basically playing on the fact, like, oh, I'm going to bring the goofy white dude and he's going to fucking surprise everybody and it's going to be hilarious.
Right.
So he's enjoying himself on this, like, subconsciously.
Right.
He brought me into the skating rink, man. And this is the first time that I was ever in a fucking sea of black kids. And I was like, oh, this is different.
You just felt completely out of place.
Like, ridiculously out of place. But I've always felt out of place, so... This shit, to me, it was like, all right, fuck that. I'm about to survive this bitch. This is crazy. And then everybody was like, yo, who the fuck is, they're telling Just, like, yo, Just, who the fuck is this kid? Who is this guy? Who is it? Because he's used to him, his brother, and whoever his friends are. I'm the new guy. They're like, what the fuck? And also, during that time frame, it wasn't common to see white kids in the hip hop DJing. It wasn't. Like the Rizzes, the Kid Capris, even though he's not all black, all white, but, but Rizzes, like Scribble, it wasn't common, bro. Right. The peoples that you saw that were the Red Alerts, the Funkmaster Flexes, they're black guys, man. And I'm not even talking about even enough Spanish, but still not a white guy. There's no white guy anywhere to be fucking seen in 1993 anywhere except for Riz. So that's why I looked up to him so much. I was like, yeah, this is, well, from my perspective, maybe elsewhere, but in New York, that's what I saw. And that's why when I saw Scribble on MTV, I was like, this shit is possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dope. Just is like, yo, get in. He's like, yo, get in there. And fucking, my bro, like, I fucking did whatever the fuck I did. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but all I know is that I was doing it the way that, and Just didn't have to tell me what to do. And I remember there was this kid named Chink that was in there. Chink and his friends, right? Yo, no bullshit. This kid Chink was like the little fucking gang leader of his own little fucking posse, bro. Like, and he was rapping and he was dancing and everything, right? So the kid Chink, like, I remember I walked over to him and I was like, hey, I heard your name is Chink. And he snapped on me, and he's a little skinny ass motherfucker, bro, but he snapped on me in the most hard body shit I ever seen in my life. Like, I was like, yo, what am I doing? But I was like, yo, man, I'm not trying to disrespect you. They said you rap and you dance, bro. I'm just trying to learn, man. I want to know more about you. He didn't want to hear nothing, bro. But then when he saw me DJ, him and his boys, they were watching. They were like, something ain't up. So anyway, it was a successful night. Then Just started having me come over to remember the first day one with Chink was no good. He's like, yo, nobody call me Chink, man. Like,
yeah.
Like, because I guess that was his local.
That's why he snapped on you, because you called him a name he doesn't like to hear from a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a family name.
Right. So
which I didn't know about, but everybody told me, yo, that's Chink. And
right. That's how
I'm not from the hood, so it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like, he was pissed, bro. Anyway.
So he saw you DJ.
And then it was cool. And he let me slide. He didn't bother me. Him and his boys, they were watching in the cut, right?
Well, you just wanted to say hi to him?
Yeah, because he was friends with Justin, and I was just trying to like.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be there, I gotta make some friends because I'm outnumbered in this bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is scary. The only people that was white in there was the motherfucking manager and the snack bar girls. Ain't nobody else. Nobody, bro.
Gotcha.
Like, no bullshit. And I'm talking like fucking 800 kids in that motherfucker. Like, no joke, bro. And I'm like, this is crazy.
And you murdered it.
Murdered it, right? Yeah. And then I said to Justin, I said, yo, bro, look, we about to do this shit at the rink. And I got cassette tape of this shit too, by the way.
Okay.
So Just and me decided, because we're fucking nuts in our heads, I said, bro, let's start this crew. Let's start this DJ crew, man. I said, let's do it, man. I said, you're a black dude. I'm a white dude. You cut real fast with your left hand. I cut real fast with my right hand. I said, as opposites. I said, we're both in situations that are dangerous, but we're not bad people. So we're trying to take a negative thing and make it a positive thing. I said, you know what we should do? We should call ourselves the Negative Reflection Crew. Negative, the opposite and the mirror of the negative is a positive, so to speak, in my brain. Like the reflection of a negative would be the opposite of it, the mirror image, even though it's still a line, but you get what I'm saying. There would be the opposite of a negative would be a positive. I said, we should be called Negative Reflection Crew, NRC. And he was like, all right, fuck it. And like basically, he also just never cursed. I was the only one that cursed. Just didn't curse. His mama didn't raise him like that. He didn't curse. And his brother don't curse.
So did he say fuck it?
No, no, he gave the impression, but in my brain he was saying fuck it, like let's go.
Okay.
So then, you know, I said, you know what we're gonna do? Let's go to the rink. And when he came to the rink, Bergenfield, I was like, yeah, because by this time, you know, I'm making my wave in the rink where they let me do what I want to do now a little bit because the numbers is going up on the team night and this, that, and the other, and they're not really hating on me too much because they can't deny it. They can hate me all they want, but you show and prove that you're gonna have to let somebody get their props at some point. You could be a hater, but you can't deny it. We were doing good, right? So I remember I said to Just, I said, you know what we should do, bro? Because we be practicing with like doing acapella blends and all that other shit. I said, bro, you know what we should do? We should bring 4 turntables to this motherfucker and do this shit live. Because they had 2 turntables there, but we brought a separate set of turntables and put them on a table on the side. And the manager was pissed, bro. He was like, yo, why are you bringing all that equipment up there? I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to do something.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and you know, and the managers of the rink were gangster, my dude. This like literally. That's funny. Like when I tell you, like.
So now they are going to worry about it.
Yeah, now they're going to worry about it because they don't know. Because I'm barking off on the dude they're tougher than leather, my man. These guys that ran the spot, right? Anyway, so, you know, me and Just get on there, and we start doing acapella blends. Like I'm dropping an acapella on the turntables, and then Just is back spinning a beat, dropping different shit on the fly, and the fucking nobody ever seen no shit like that before, right? And they're like, yo, who the fuck is that guy? And who the fuck are you two together? And I looked at him and he looked at me, and throughout that shit, we were like, yo, we about to be the fucking truth. Like, cause nobody would do that. It takes risk to do sets like that.
Where did you see that from somewhere before?
No, we just fucking did. He might have. Okay. But I never did. I was like, fuck it, let's just do it. And we didn't rehearse shit. Nothing, just off the dome.
We'll just both be doing our thing.
Yeah, but but the thing about me and Justin is that like there's this chemistry, bro. Like it's undeniable from my perspective. Undeniable, bro. That when we play together, we just were able to read off each other. Like, and sometimes to a bad way, like I knew what record he was gonna play, and I played a record and he'd get pissed. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that's with him.
Yeah, like he'd get pissed, bro. Like, but it is what it is. That's what we like. You can't be equals for so long. You got to be able to outdo each other to inspire each other.
Okay.
Right? And that's what we did. But, bro, we fucking murdered that shit and we left. And nobody ever did that before in there.
So then what was the next progression as far as your relationship?
With him?
With Just?
I mean, we were just DJing the skating rink together for years. Like that's what we did. Like he did his thing. I did my thing. I was more into, I wanted to make a name as a like I want to produce, but make a name as a DJ. I told you I was chasing Flex, bro. Flex was like my fucking like obsession, my dude. Minus like on the weird shit, but like I was trying to be like him. He was the only thing that I saw as a role model. No disrespect to Red Alert and all that, but I didn't know Red Alert stories like that. Like I listened to him on the radio, but I didn't understand.
It wasn't as relevant to you.
It wasn't because Flex was doing shit that I didn't know. But Red Alert is his big OG. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn all these things, but I learned to meet Red Alert too. I met Red Alert at the rink too. Everybody I met at the rink, everybody. I learned so much from Justin when it comes to like hip hop and shit that I was only listening to the radio, bro. I didn't know nothing. I was fucking wet behind the ears, bro. I swear to God, I threw myself into this shit. I wasn't even like I had no idea, bro. I learned so much from him, but he don't even know he taught me that shit.
So you did the rink. For years with him.
Then he went to college. Then what happened was he went to he decided that he wanted to go to the Institute of Audio Research in New York Like, cause we both were making beats and shit, right? Like we was doing stuff in the house. Like I had a little 4-track tape machine. He had one. Then he got a reel-to-reel tape machine where he was doing mixtapes on. And Justin decided, fuck this skating shit. I'm going to do something else. He wanted to learn audio engineering, and he left. So now I'm taking over the skating rink, and I'm the DJ at the skating rink. Blah blah blah. And there's no more Justin. Justin goes and starts interning. I think at I feel like the Cutting Room or one of them shits, one of them fucking studios in New York City. I guess he was always starting to make beats, and then I guess he started engineering. The studio he was working at was like a good studio, but it wasn't like the fucking Hit Factory or some shit like that with a mega big budgets, right? So record labels would send their lower tier artists to those studios to record. And because he got a degree from the college and stuff in audio engineering and things like that, he's now interning at these places and doing their sessions. So now before you start to see it, it starts to say, song mixed by Just Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who the fuck is Just Blaze? Right? And I remember his brother, DJ Pound, telling me, he was like, yo, I was like, what the fuck is Justin, man? Like, I'm mad at him, bro. Like, he disappeared. He don't fucking talk to me no more. He don't do shit. Just fucking cut everybody off. And I'm like, whatever, man. Fucking dick. Like, I was mad, bro. I was salty for a minute. And then he went and he wound up doing a song for Big Pun on Loud Records. He had a song. Like, I remember Pound, his brother Durin, aka DJ Pound, was like, yo, just did this Big Pun record. And I'm like, word? Like, wow. Like, he's making beats like that? Like, a record came out. And then he had like, then he started making beats for like shit on Tommy Boy Black Label and doing like shit like that. Like the Black Mass soundtrack, he did a beat on there. And then he did like Fat Cat Kareem, like up to like Big Pun was Big Pun, but it wasn't like, it was early Big Pun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't like start calling him like the fucking god of Latinos yet. Like, really, like, you know what I mean? Like, he got same time frame, but it was still new. Right? So, but he's doing it. And I was like, oh, this dude was killing it. And then he became Just Blaze, that shit. And
Rock the mic.
Yo, my dude.
Over.
When he partnered with Kanye West, they were both fucking interns and doing all this other shit, the same studio, whatever the fuck they were doing. Like, I was jealous of this shit because I was like, yo, who the fuck is this Kanye dude? And why the fuck has he got Justin and I don't got him? Like that's my dude. Like, fuck out of here, Kanye West. I don't give a fuck about you. Who are you? But I knew him from rapping and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, fuck this guy. Right? But then, not in a bad way, but just like, I was like, oh man, call me. Like, let's go. Call me. Yeah. Like now we're getting to a part I never talk about. Like, I never talked about this like this. It's always good. I'm like, yo, call me, bro. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Voltron, man. Put that shit back together.
Yeah. I'm
on the radio. I'm doing this. Let's go.
Because you remember like the chemistry that you guys had.
Yeah.
When you would spin together.
Yeah. It's like this brotherhood, bro. It was a brotherhood.